foggy brain, self-doubt, or a sense of exhaustion are just a few of the clear signs to step away from game development for a bit. Developers are very similar to bulldozers. If a bulldozer keeps on pushing, oblivious to the clear signs of engine failure, it will no doubt break down. The same goes with you as a developer, making breaks a necessity. Now, why listen to me? Well, recently I took 2 months off of game development, and to keep it short, it was the best possible decision I could have made. Game development is a long, difficult, tiring process. It'll really wear you down, so you must find that time to recover. Like that bulldozer, you need maintenance. So throughout this video, we'll go over if taking a break would even benefit you, then if so, how you can truly make the most of your time off to come back to development stronger than ever. At this point, you may be saying, yeah, well, get to the point. How exactly do I know if taking a break is right for me? Well, in my personal game dev journey, there have been 5 major signs which are clear signals to me that taking a break will be a huge benefit. So to find out if a break is best for you, we'll take a little test together. If you resonate with at least 3 of the feelings I mentioned, then I really believe a break would highly benefit you. And also note that this break is not stepping away from game dev forever, but just for a bit while we recharge and focus on other aspects of ourselves, which may still include things related to game development. Firstly, if you start to become annoyed with everyday game dev things like a small coding error, which of course is part of game development even for the best of the best, then that could be a clear sign of burnout. Secondly, if you feel you are trying to rush the process, and what I mean is for many of us, game development is supposed to be a hobby, and if you ever feel that you start projects, then things go smoothly for a month, but then you feel like you need to rush the process to finish that game. Well, that could be a sign of burnout, as it seems you're not really enjoying the actual process of game dev anymore. Always remember that putting strict deadlines on projects turns it into a chore rather than a hobby, so try and stay away from that. But thirdly, self-doubt. The moment you start doubting yourself is the moment things begin to go downhill at an exponential rate. Because if you are doubting your own creative work, which is supposed to be unique and by textbook has no right or wrongs, then it'll be a never-ending road of self-doubt, since every asset, script, or soundtrack you make won't be good enough in your eyes. Self-doubt may just be the worst possible mental thing caused by anxiety. If your project is causing you such long-term anxiety, it is really important to step away for a bit and just regroup your entire mind. Fourthly, feeling a sense of exhaustion which feels rooted from the project itself. This may be due to lack of motivation or passion towards the project, but again, game development is supposed to be enjoyable. So if it starts to feel like some chore which is constantly weighing down on you, then it may be time for a break. And finally, having a foggy brain each time you try to develop. Now, a foggy brain doesn't necessarily mean you're experiencing burnout. It could be a sign, but it is most likely caused by diet, exercise, sleep, etc. So if a foggy brain is the case and nothing else, then I recommend just taking 1 to 2 days off and focusing on proper diet, exercise, and sleep. But if the foggy brain is paired with 1 or more of the other 4 symptoms I named off, then it could really be due to an overall exhaustion or uninterest from the project itself, as that'll lead you to simply not being able to focus when you sit down to work on the project. Okay, so now if you relate to 3 or more of the feelings I just mentioned, then I really recommend you to step away for a little. But if you feel that you only really relate to 1 or 2 of the feelings, then maybe try to keep that break much shorter by just taking a week off. Now, keep in mind that taking a break is not the only option. As a developer, many of these feelings are very common, which makes work-life balance very important even for a hobby dev. So before deciding to just take a break, take a stroll and just think for a while. Sometimes that'll help clear up bad or foggy thoughts which may fill your head. But if you've tried practically everything, then a break simply may be necessary. In my personal opinion, what I find to work best is to take a look at my performance, my energy, and my overall drive that I have to the hobby. If I feel that I am lacking in any of these areas, it is best for me to step away for a bit. Focus on another hobby, learn something new, relax, recover, and then return. This time off may be just for the weekend, a week, or maybe even a month. But remember, you aren't wasting time on breaks. So with that being said, how do you make the most of the break you take? Well, it's important to focus on doing activities that'll help you recharge, but also keep you fresh for when you get back to developing. For me, there are 3 major activities which are important to help myself recharge, then a few more activities which help me stay slightly involved in game development even during the break. So I want to share them with you as they have helped me a ton in my journey. First, the activities to help you recharge. Focusing on your mind and body. Like I mentioned earlier, game development is all about work-life balance. A healthy body is a healthy mind. I know this is mentioned all the time, but for a very good reason. This may just be the most important thing to focus on during this break. Go on walks, cut out junk food, and prioritize sleep. It may be difficult, but in the long run, you'll be so thankful you started sooner rather than later. Doing this won't just really benefit you as a developer, but it'll spill out good into every other aspect of your life. On this break, it is vital to remove as much of the stressors in your life, as it becomes hard to really enjoy a hobby when you're stressed out about everything else. So on this break, create a to-do list of all the little chores and things which you must get done. Things which may be causing you stress without you even realizing it. Like, for example, an unorganized workspace, or maybe that gift you need to buy for a friend. Just getting these simple tasks out of the way will really help clear up your mind, leading you to actually being more present during development, in turn enjoying it more. My personal favorite activity is to pick up a new hobby. The best way to get your mind off something is by doing something else. Find something which interests you and work to learn it. That may be a new skill or something a bit crazy like a whole new language. Whatever it may be though, I'm sure Skillshare is perfect for you. I mean really, Skillshare is the largest online learning platform to date. They literally have thousands of classes led by industry experts in practically any industry you could ever think of. And yes, this video is sponsored by Skillshare, but I've been using Skillshare for a while now and it is a community I can stand behind. If you choose to learn something crazy like a new language, then Skillshare has a learning paths feature which is perfect for wanting to master anything specific, as they are these consecutive class collections to help walk you through that specific topic, whether it be a language, calculus, Excel, or guitar. If you want to learn it, then I'm 99% sure Skillshare has a class for you. I've just recently started on a new Skillshare class called Piano Basics by Elijah Fox Peck, as I set out to learn how to play the piano, and it's been absolutely amazing. But just wait for it, as that's not even the best part. The best part about this entire thing is that the first 500 people to use my link in the description or pinned comment will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So join Skillshare and get started today, and trust me, you will not regret it. While on break, it is very important to keep yourself fresh and involved at least a bit in your projects. For me, the best way to go about this is by brainstorming ideas or planning out that storyline. This to me is such a relaxing but also a very motivating activity that helps to build that excitement for the future of the project. Creating art in an enjoyable fashion may also prove beneficial. Be sure not to create due dates or stress about the time it takes. Don't worry about perfection, but just let those creative juices flow. Now to just quickly recap. If you begin or do feel foggy-brained, a sense of exhaustion, self-doubt, become easily annoyed, or simply feel that you're trying to finish the project too quickly, it may be best to step away from development for a bit. Focus on recharging and coming back stronger than ever. Although a break isn't the only option, as maybe a simple change in scenery could do the trick, I believe that resting and recharging are a necessity as a developer, just as maintenance is a necessity to a bulldozer. With all that being said, I think this will end off today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope it was beneficial, and if you have any questions at all, please feel free to let me know down in the comments below. Until next time, stay safe and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and may God bless you. Bye bye.